ट्यूलिप्स विवाद हो या हॉस्पिटल्स का कैशलेस मेडिक्लेम इशू, इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री पिछले कुछ समय से काफी चर्चा में रही है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद इंश्योरेंस प्लेयर्स को अपनी ग्रोथ पर पूरा भरोसा है और इसी के चलते प्लेयर्स ज्यादा से ज्यादा ग्राहकों को लुभाने के लिए नए नए प्रोडक्ट्स लॉन्च कर रहे हैं। इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री के आउटलुक के बारे में और उनकी ग्रोथ के बारे में और बातचीत करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ मौजूद है बजाज एलियंस के मिस्टर एएस नारायणन। थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर जॉइनिंग अस सर। To begin with, my first question would be, insurance industry, as we have already known, has been in the limelight for quite some time. So now, talking about Bajaj Allianz, has all these issues, regulatory hurdles, affected you in any way?
There have been a lot of regulatory changes. So in the sense that some of the changes are on the products. So there's a minimum IRR that has to come out on a product now on a 10% illustration. Luckily for us, I would say that these changes have not impacted us too much so far, because our products were in any case segmented to customer requirements, and most of our products were meeting these norms. There have been a few design changes which we have had to do, which we have done, but so far the impact has not been much, and we are completely on track as a company, and the changes are by and large good for the customer, which have been done till now. They've been pretty good for the customer, and it's been good for us.
Okay, talking about your product line, you have a very diverse product portfolio. So if you could just share with us your diverse product portfolio and what are the kinds of products that you have recently introduced?
We have the entire gamut of products. So when you talk of life insurance, you have products for particular needs. So for example, you have products for children, for the child segment. You have products for the retirement segment, the pension products or the annuity products. Then you have whole life and endowment products. Now within these also there are you have unit linked products. So we have the entire range. So we'll have a child plan. We have both traditional and unit linked to offer. If you have pension, again we have traditional and unit linked to offer. Again we have regular premium products and we have single premium products. Different products also offer different terms and different kind of value propositions to the customers. We have a lot of riders also. So for example, one could take a critical illness rider on an endowment product, so that if there is some health problem, then the person can be more secure. Or they could take a waiver of premium benefit, where other than the sum assured which is paid to the family in case of a death of the earning member, there's also a regular income coming in for the next 10 years at least. So we have a variety of products and we have the entire range of products. We sell products based on the requirement of the customer.
Okay, what are the new kind of products that you have recently introduced and have marketed them in a very big way compared to your other products?
One of the products which has done very well and we have thought a lot about and introduced is called Invest Plus Premier, IPP. Now the basic objective of this product is to provide guarantee and comfort to the customer. It's a universal life, it's a kind of a universal life product. It was the first of its kind in India. It is catering to the mass market. So what we have done is we have customized packages, very small premiums, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Very simple to buy. So the customer just has to buy a simple packet, open it, tick mark, and the insurance is practically done. And he can activate it either using an SMS, which is very popular amongst the young generation and the rural India. Everybody is comfortable. So you can just send an SMS and activate your product. Or you could call our toll-free call center and activate the product. It's the key about this product is also gives guarantees to the customers. It gives a high sum assured. It gives loyalty bonuses after the 10th year, and if the product is continued for its full tenure, say 20 years, you get as much as 75% of the insurance cost back. So it's a very simple product, very easy to buy, and offers guarantees very high benefits. So that is a product which has done very well. We have sold about 1 lakh policies already. And we are expecting huge numbers from this product. It's one of the products that we have introduced. We also introduced some other products like Smart Invest Plus, which is like a regular savings product, which is also doing very well.
Okay, for an insurance company, delivery and distribution of insurance product is the most important thing. So is there any change that you have made in your distribution models of late to market your products more effectively?
Yes, one of the key things that we have done is, one, we are offering IPP through a whole lot of centers across India. So whether it's be a bank partner or whether it be agency branches or our franchisees, corporate agents, all of them are offering it on display. Okay, and it's in a very simple format. So it's like, you're buying a shampoo sachet. It's as simple as that. So one, the distribution model has changed. It's widespread, it's easy to buy, and you activate it by mobile or SMS. So the entire packaging has changed. The reach is much more. Very simple process to buy and offers insurance almost on the spot. So that is a model that we have changed in terms of distribution and packaging for this particular product. Objective is to reach the mass market through this product.
वक्त तो चला एक ब्रेक का। ब्रेक के बाद बात करेंगे यूलिप्स इशू के बारे में और इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री को इस इशू से कितना असर पड़ा है। आप देखते रहिए जी बिजनेस। ब्रेक के बाद आपका फिर से स्वागत है। हम बात कर रहे हैं बजाज एलियांस के मिस्टर एएस नारायणन से। यूलिप issue continued for a long time. There were a lot of changes that were brought in after the issue. There were a lot of regulatory changes. Insurance industry was the one which was most affected. Yes. So how do you see this entire issue? Going
ahead, the IRD has now specified a lot of caps on the product. In the sense, at the end of 5th year, you have to meet a particular criteria. In the end of 6th year, you have to meet a criteria. So every year, you have to come out with a minimum value that you give to the customer. What will happen because of this, while it is very good for the customer, is that it will squeeze the distributors' margins. Distributors' margins will come down. So many of the distributors would probably try to make up by selling much larger volumes. So if you're selling, say, 100 rupees of products before, you may need to now sell 250 to 300 rupees of products to get the same amount of revenue that you would have got earlier. But one of the things is that the product would become very good for the customer. It was already good because if you looked at ULIPs, even earlier with 10 and 15-year plans, it was one of the cheapest cost products for the customer. If you take the overall cost over 10 to 15 years, it was one of the cheapest means of savings for the customer. But now it will get even better. So we hope that the distributors would be able to sell in much larger numbers as compared to earlier. So what they lose on a per sale basis, they can make up by selling much more. So that will be the strategy, and we would come out with products which fall into that strategy, where the premium sizes can be much high, volumes can be much higher, and thereby the distributors are protected on the revenue that they make. So that will be a change. Also, there might be a little more push towards traditional products and guaranteed products. That is the way we look at it. So like we discussed earlier also, we have come out with Invest Plus Premium, where we are guaranteeing 7.05% in the first year to the customer, and every year we will declare a guaranteed amount in advance. So customers will get drawn to these kind of products which are not unit linked in nature, but at the same time are transparent, have got very good benefits. So there will be some amount of migration towards traditional products. Of course, largely this will depend on market conditions. If equity markets are doing very well, there will be a tendency on customers, and this has been observed in various markets, to buy unit linked products. But at the moment, traditional products are also doing well. So there will be some product design changes, some changes in the way distributors market the products. There would probably be use of alternative channels, like web marketing may get more popular, telemarketing may get popular. The IRD has also come out with guidelines where one could tap into large databases of various organizations. They have also come out on guidelines on that. So some of these distribution models could change. It'll throw up a lot of interesting changes in the industry. We believe as a company we are well poised to take advantage of any changes.
What are the kind of products that you have planned as far as the ULIPs thing is concerned? Because now after the regulatory changes, the ULIP as a product has in itself changed a lot. So what are the kind of products that you on that line have in mind?
On the ULIP, see, we already have about 18 odd products on the unit link front. So many of these products will need to undergo some design changes. Fundamentally, we have got all the products in place, whether it be pension plans or child plan or pure endowment plans. So we will have to change the product design. So maybe we'll have to spread the cost over a period of time. Certain upfront charges may need to be reduced. So we would do the product changes which meet the new regulations that the IRD has set about. IRD has given time till September for these changes. So obviously all companies would file their new products. As far as product strategy itself is concerned, yes, we would come out with products from on time to time. One of the things we have come up with recently is the smart investment plan. We've come out with the Invest Plus Premium. So we'll come out with more products from time to time which are in line with the new guidelines.
Do you think any more further tightening on these products is needed from the regulator after all these changes?
Not at all. We really think that the tightening that's happened is quite severe in nature. Probably calculations have not yet been fully done, but In many unit-linked products, the revenues to distributors might fall into single digits. It might be, half to one-third of what they are earning currently, and the margins are really very squeezed for the insurance industry. If you look at the insurance industry today, most players are anyway not very profitable. So I don't think any further squeezing on unit links product is possible or would be advised at all.
Okay, talking about the slowdown and talking about the insurance industry as a whole, generally we see that after slowdown, during slowdown, insurance industry is the one who generally gets the most affected. So how do you see the post-revival scenario for the insurance industry?
See, the last year, 2009-10, if you look at it, by and large, it was good for the insurance industry. Many of the private players started making profits, we being one of them. We made one of the highest profits in the private. The volumes have really grown in the last year. If you look at the industry premium, last year has grown over 20%. The industry did over 100,000 crores of new business premium. So as far as 2009-10 was concerned, broadly it was a good year. It was a year of revival, and the insurance industry did very well. Going ahead, some of these changes may impact the insurance industry to some extent in the next 3 to 6 months, because there's a lot of change. Distributors will need to change their selling styles. Insurance companies would have to change their products. So all this may take, in the next 3 to 6 months, would impact the industry to a certain extent. But on a larger, if you look at the longer term scenario, then India is a market which is growing at 8 to 9% GDP very comfortably. While the insurance penetration, if you look at life, is touched about 4.6% of GDP currently, there's still a lot of upside. About 90% of India's families still don't have insurance. So there is still a long way to go. And if you look at 10-15 year perspective, in the scenario for the life insurance industry is very bright. There would be product changes, there would be distribution model changes, there may be some amount of consolidation. Companies will get more cost conscious. See, operating costs really have to come down now for insurance companies with the new guidelines, because margins are squeezed, and it will have to come out from the distributor's pocket, it will have to come out from the insurer's pocket. So the insurer will have to squeeze their costs further. These changes will happen, but on the longer term scenario, we see a bright future for the insurance industry.
Okay, as you have rightly pointed out, that consolidation is one thing that is really expected in the insurance industry. So is your organization looking at any type of inorganic growth?
No, not right now. We are not looking at any kind of inorganic growth that I know of, at least. But yeah, if there are some good opportunities, one always can keep one's eyes and ears open for good opportunities. But we don't have any plans for growing inorganically as of now.
इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री में आगे भी बहुत सारे बदलाव एक्सपेक्टेड हैं. इन सभी बदलावों के बारे में बात करेंगे हम मिस्टर एएस नारायणन से इस ब्रेक के बाद. आप देखते रहिए सी बिजनेस. ब्रेक के बाद आपका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है. हम बात कर रहे हैं बजाज एलियंस के मिस्टर एएस नारायणन से. हाल ही में जो हॉस्पिटल्स का कैशलेस मेडिक्लेम इश्यू हुआ था, वो बहुत लंबे समय तक खिंचा. इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री और हॉस्पिटल्स के बीच में बहुत सारी चर्चा हुई. बाद में ये सब कुछ सॉल्व हो गया. इसके बाद जो डिसीजन लिया गया है वो है सेगमेंटिंग ऑफ इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री. तो इस सेगमेंटेशन को आप किस तरह से देख रहे हैं? क्या ये सही होगा इंडस्ट्री के लिए?
सेगमेंटिंग जो हुआ है हॉस्पिटल्स, काइंड ऑफ डिसीजेस, काइंड ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट्स वगैरह का हुआ है, इसका एडवांटेज ये है कि अगर आप देखें आज तो मोस्ट इंश्योरर्स ये हेल्थ पोर्टफोलियो में लॉसेस बना रहे हैं. तो ये इसीलिए हो रहा है कि cost is unaffordable. It is a known fact that when people go to treatment and if they have insurance, typically they get charged more. I'm not naming one hospital or any doctor, but ये होता है. So now what insurers are trying to do and is to basically get a system in place which can keep the costs under control and reasonable. तो इसमें सेगमेंटेशन हो रहा है कि अगर आप ये हॉस्पिटल में जा रहे हो तो ये काइंड ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट ले रहे हो तो आपका कितना कॉस्ट होना चाहिए. स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन ऑन दीस लाइंस इन बिलिंग एंड कॉस्ट वुड हेल्प द इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री ओवरऑल, एंड जिससे कस्टमर्स का भी बेनिफिट होगा, क्योंकि कोई भी लॉस मेकिंग स्कीम ज्यादा देर तक कंटिन्यू नहीं हो सकता. तो एटलीस्ट इससे ये बेनिफिट होगा कि कस्टमर्स कैन एंजॉय द हेल्थ कवर.
ओके, टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री, आईपीओ गाइडलाइंस बहुत जल्दी आने वाली हैं, ऑलमोस्ट फाइनलाइज हो चुकी हैं. तो हाउ आर यू प्लानिंग टू टैप दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी इफ एट ऑल, एंड व्हाट टाइम फ्रेम हैव यू गिवन टू योरसेल्फ?
Right now we have really not debated too much or thought too much on this matter. So I would not really like to comment on that.
Okay, no problem. Apart from that, Bajaj Allianz के future plans क्या है? किस तरह के नए plans बना रहे हैं? किस segments को ज़्यादा target कर रहे हैं?
बजाज एलियांज का ये मानना है और पहले से रहा है कि इंश्योरेंस इज अ मास मार्केट इंडस्ट्री एंड you would be, you know, we were the first company to go into tier 2, tier 3 segments. Even today we have about 1,200 offices in over 850 different towns. So we will make insurance even more mass based because that is the way to go about in India. So our idea would be to reach to as many customers as possible with the products suitable to them. And हमारे सारे processes जो है, cost structures जो है, वो उसके around revolve होते हैं कि हम कैसे mass market को tap कर सकते हैं. और इसमें हमने काफी success भी पाया है. जैसा हमारे माइक्रो इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं हम, उसमें वी हैव नियरली 4 million customers enrolled now. So we are going mass market and that's the strategy of Bajaj Allianz. Yes, of course, as a company we tap every segment. So if you're targeting mass market, we are also targeting HNIs with products and processes suitable for HNIs, and same with the urban middle class also. But we would like to reach as many customers as possible. We have always focused on that, and that is what we will continue to do. Other focus will of course be on cost control so that we can provide maximum value to our customers and our shareholders. So if you look at us as a company, we have one of the highest capital efficiency ratios, which means for every rupee of capital that we have put in, we generate the maximum amount of business, which shows our capital and operational efficiency. We would continue to focus on these areas because this industry will get even more competitive. It's already very competitive with 23 players. With the new regulations coming in, this is going to get very competitive, and we would be in a position to take advantage of the situation.
Talking about the insurance industry as a whole, what kind of outlook do you have for the insurance industry? What kind of growth are you expecting for the industry?
Over a 10-15 year scenario, we could comfortably look at something like 15% annualized growth rates. On the short term, it's a little difficult to say right now because one, short term growth depends a lot on the market also, and secondly, it is yet to be seen exactly how these regulations pan out. ये regulations के क्या impact होते हैं, changes के क्या impact होते हैं, जो next एक year में, एक या 2 साल में क्या होगा वो कहना मुश्किल है, but definitely on a 10 to 15 year scenario, the prospects are very good for insurance industry.
Okay, so we end on a very positive note. Thanks a lot for talking to us. Thank you, sir.